Hey guys, everything here. So I'm making another update. It's been probably a few days since my last one. I've just kind of been farming T16s, doing the league mechanic. Uh, Pretty much broke like everybody else's league, unless you've gotten insanely lucky. I got lucky on a shipment there the other day and got this, so I'm trying to upgrade this, get 6 link going. I'm still on a 5 link. Unfortunately, I also need a better axe. I got an axe that has more attack speed, but unfortunately doesn't have anything for bleeding. So, I need to get, the Sundering X kind of in the mix, and I'm trying to just get essences so I can essence spam, try and get like T1, 2, 3, or Fizz percent. And then hopefully like increased bleeding damage too would be a nice suffix to get on an axe. But yeah, I'm lacking on damage, I think, right now. I did kill Eater and Exarch today, the quest version, so I got 2 Void Stones so far. I could probably do Elder and Shaper and like the whole fight with them together. But the only thing about this build is I think Elemental Penetration is going to be a little bit of an issue. But getting the, elemental damage reduction from endurance charges maybe will help us a bit there. And then obviously Maven, if I hit a beam, I stop regenerating. So we're probably about like, I'd say like a 2 million DPS bleed right now, but it feels really slow because our bleed duration is longer, of course. So obviously, the axe is something that we really need to upgrade. I also would like to get an amulet with damage over time multiplier. I also need one with dex so that I can actually wear this piece of armor. So, getting spell suppression too. I have like a few pieces of spell suppression gear that I'm looking to put on. I can't remember where I put them now, but I thought they were here. And anyway, so I have some gear coming, and I'm looking to get, to level 100. I'm level 96 right now, and basically put in like a point of HP here, and I have some other stuff, like I got Fizz dot multi there. I definitely am going to go for the suppression route. I think if I get 100% suppress on this build, we will be really, really tanky. And the only problem is I'm lacking damage. So I actually want to get Veteran Soldier as an anoint as well. Is a big possibility, is something that I'm thinking about. I just need lots of Fizz dot multi at this point and just damage over time multiplier and stuff for all of my bleeding. I have done some crafting for like, jewels, for instance. Like, I'll just take these out and we can look at them. But I've been trying to get +2 max res jewels, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. But I've been reforging fire with harvest, trying to get those. So I've got like this one from it. I got also this one from it. I actually did the swapping thing. So if you guys don't know, they did a bug update the other day that you can actually harvest swap resistances now. And say if you got a +1 maximum lightning resistance, you can actually swap it to fire, and it has a chance to be +1 or +2. So it's actually really big for the build, and getting, 90% res on Chieftain is much, much easier now. So if I get like life and +2 res or +1 res and damage with bleeding, that's like, those are the jewels that I want. So I'm kind of going for those. I hit this one with life, damage over time, and bleeding. Like, that's a really good jewel. This one with bleeding with armor, and then this one with bleeding with max res. So I'm just trying to like stack as much bleeding percentage. And now I'm kind of thinking like it may be cluster jewel time, and I might try and get like a 8-slot physical damage one, and then an exerted one, a medium. And then that gives me 1, 2, 3 more jewels to add to the build, which is a lot more bleeding damage, right? So yeah, and if I do that, I can't go the suppression route, so I'll probably just ditch this and go this if I need more damage. But yeah, for now, I kind of switched the blood stance thing to bleeding you inflict deals damage 15% faster. I might actually go for these 2 points after, I'm not sure, because, obviously if it does damage faster, we're doing technically more damage. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. I'm not going to showcase a map like you guys already kind of saw from the other videos what I'm doing. And yeah, our damage is okay. It's not great. I've got some Eldritch Implicits that I've put, like nothing crazy. I put an Immortal Flesh on the build. Now we have like actually Giga Sustain. We are, without any endurance charges, without anything, just Vitality, we're 1400 life regen. And then when I use all my war cries, we have, 27,000 armor, 3,268 regen with almost 3,300. That's crazy. And so we have like a really good sustain on this character. And if I really wanted to, I could put in, once I have my jewels in, it'll be 84% max res. And I'll use Ancestral Cry which will give me, or ancestral cry, which will give me 6% more maximum elemental resistances. And that's what I did to fight Exarch. I just put that in. I had 90 max res, everything, over 3k life regen, and we were pretty much doing Exarch for free. I could run through balls. It was actually really comfortable. And yeah, like a ball would hit me and I'd drop maybe to here and then just recoup. So pretty easy for a league start scenario, like especially if you're newer to the game. A build like this would be really good for Exarch and Eater. I think it's very, very free. As long as you build accordingly, and you can actually get better gear than me. Like, this axe is pretty good, but yeah, like I got the Betrayal drop, and then I unveiled Biz percentage, and then crafted attack speed. You can get better than this, though, if you got increased damage with bleeding, and, you know, better Fizz than on a Sundering Axe with the dot multi, then that's obviously much better. So yeah, basically at this point, it is stacking lots of damage over time multiplier, and like stacking physical damage as well. So getting a cluster with lots of more fizz damage is going to be kind of your answer for things. But other than that, I think that's it. My plans for the build is I'm going to keep trying to progress it. I'm going to keep trying, get my 4 Void Stones with it. I really want to try and do the cluster route, see how it plays out. Pretty much the only thing is the 6-link, right? So right now I'm running Sunder as well with Overexertion, Melee Fizz, Brutality, and Fortify. I've been mix and matching jewels for days now. I'm doing, you know, like Volatility instead of Brutality. I swap between those. I figure Brutality is probably more consistent damage. Volatility might give me bigger bleeds, but it'll also give me little bleeds as well, which I don't want. I tried Earthquake. I don't know. It's okay. I also tried Val Earthquake, and it's just weird. It doesn't really do as much damage as I thought it would. But I tried it with less duration. That was okay. I mean, I got a less duration. It's level 19, so that was an okay representation. Then I'm also leveling a Corrupting Cry, so if I do get a 6-link in my weapon and I have space, I think I have, yeah, like 1 socket free, another socket here. You know, if I get a 6-link, I'll put Corrupting Cry in, and basically, when we scale a bunch of fizz damage over time multiplier, anytime we're doing a War Cry, we'll inflict Corrupted Blood on our enemy. So having fizz damage over time really scales your Corrupted Blood, and there's actually been many like Corrupting Cry videos and builds in the past. Like, I think Steel Mage did a really popular one back in Affliction League. So yeah, this is just like additive damage, so I'm kind of going for that. Would be kind of cool to throw it in the 6-link with all the War Cries. So yeah, basically though, as well, if I have, you know, nothing up, I have 15k armor, and if I use all my War Cries, and I'm using a Jade Flask for flat evasion, flat armor on a Granite, and then Basalt for a percentage more armor. I'm using Iron Reflexes, right? So we're getting a ton of extra armor. We don't care about evading. And basically, when I use all of my War Cries, I have this 27k, and then all my flasks is 56k armor. So we have a lot of armor on this build for a Chieftain, and we also have a little bit of Fizz conversion, which makes us extra tanky. And once I get this new chest piece in, I will actually jump like 2,000 more armor, right? Because this is a hybrid piece, and it's almost 5,000 total armor. So yeah, that's basically the build, guys. Yeah, I'll give you guys future updates when I have them, but for now, this is kind of like the T16 state of the build. Nearing endgame, just needs to get gear, basically. But I'm a little underwhelmed with the damage that it puts out. I don't really like the amount of damage. I wish it was a lot more. Yeah, it's, you know, I had to farm quality on War Cries. That's kind of annoying, and on vulnerability. So, you know, bleed, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. It'll get you your Void Stones. I don't think it's really great. It's definitely good if you're newer to hardcore. You can definitely try this build, and it's really good. Yeah. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next update. Have a good one. Peace.